over the last 10 years, we've been very blessed to be able to, give back to whether it be a local church or a local pregnancy center or an aspiring school or a school that's currently in place, a Christian school. We were doing that before the pandemic, but I think that's now a hot button topic that we feel pretty passionate about, is seeing the mindsets that led to all the bad decisions that I think have been made over the last several years. And it comes from, education. And, I have 4 kids, and they're obviously very important to me, and I want them to have a Christian education. They're currently homeschooled, but from a company perspective, SD Bullion's been able to go over, in the last 2 years, over $2 million to support Christian schools. One of them's already established. One of them is hoping to get established here in the next year or two. But I think that's important. Like, when you're making a decision about where you're spending your money, I know that that's something I'm pretty passionate about these days, is who am I supporting? Where am I buying something from? And then what are they doing with the profit that I'm giving them? For us, when you're buying precious metals from us, we're using that profit currently to support Christian schools, and that's one of the things I get asked about all the time. So who you're supporting? We're not going to name the people. I don't want them to get attacked, but that's where our passion is right now. In addition to pregnancy centers, like that's another one. It's just the pro-life movement and being able to support them, because they're under attack right now too. So one of the ministries or areas of ministries that we really feel passionate about is a place in Costa Rica called Jaco. It's an area that we were first introduced in 2018, where it's kind of a long story, but we're interviewing somebody to be our sales and customer service manager, and her name's Stephanie, and we offered her a job, and she's like, I don't really want to sit in an office setting, don't you? Especially in like the United States. Don't you have something international you could do? I'm like, no, the precious metal market is the United States. It's the #1 market in the world. We're not going to diversify ourselves and go somewhere and get distracted. And about a week later, it was the first time ever I had a dream I felt like from God. And I woke up in kind of like tears, and I'm like, it was a dream that said I was supposed to sponsor her in some sort of ministry. And this is a girl I didn't really know very well. I knew her from 10 years ago in college, but it wasn't somebody that I really kept up on. And so I thought it was gonna be weird. I thought it was pretty awkward for her for me to tell her what this was about. But anyway, I just pressed on, and I said that morning, I said, hey, can we meet up for coffee? So she met me at a place called Mayberry Square. I did coffee, and we're talking, and I actually tested her faith out for like the first 15-20 minutes, because we hadn't talked about it. So I was like, let's just make sure I know what I'm getting myself into. And I said, well, here's this dream I had last night. And I was expecting to catch her really off guard, but to my surprise, she like immediately went to tears. And she said, well, I was prayed over a year ago, and I was given the ministry name of a ministry I would have one day. And I'm like, this is really weird. I just was offering her like a $50,000 customer service manager job, and she wants to, and I can offer her like $15,000 just donation. She doesn't have a nonprofit, like $15,000 max. I just give her money, but she's like instantly like, yes. And so she went to a place called Jaco, Costa Rica, and it's a place that very underprivileged. It's a place that's built on tourism, but also prostitution, gambling, and a place that we feel pretty passionate about when we want to educate the local community to get them out of the poverty and sin, and also help out the local Christian church, the non-denominational Christian church. They're called Horizon Church, who really serves the purpose of a church, giving people food when they need food, helping people with shelter when they need shelter. It's not the United States, where they go and look for the government for assistance. In that community, they look for the church to help them to provide their needs, and that fills a gap. It's an amazing thing for a church to fill. So we support that church, and it's one of the churches that we are helping to start a school, tentatively slated for 2024, a Christian school in that local community to change these kids' lives and trajectory of their lives moving forward.